We live with another episode. For the love of the game, it's your host Larry Webb. I got a special guest, Ryan. Man, Ryan, Notre Dame fan. Congratulations. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well, man. It is officially national championship time for us. So
Yeah,
we're chilling.
yeah, man. Again, congratulations. Dope game. I mean, I don't know. It's been kind of weird because of um Notre Dame. Just seeing Notre Dame, just the history and coming from an SEC fan, a Florida Gator fan. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We kind of look at y'all like y'all like this. It's like the media always try to use this, uh, like narrative on you guys, and we in the South, we say y'all always overhyped.
Hmm.
100%. Like they're not as talented as you guys is. Like the SEC kind of don't respect y'all, but I know coming from the SEC, people now, y'all kind of earning y'all respect a little bit now. So again, congratulations on that. Got a few things we're gonna discuss tonight on tonight's show. My other co-hosts they busy, but they'll come through when they get the chance. So how long you been a Notre Dame fan, man? Tell us about yourself and your platform, what you got going on. I know you cover Notre Dame yourself, and you know you from the Chicago area. So tell the people about yourself and how they can find who college football fan that just want to hear Notre Dame content.
Yeah, so I've been a Notre Dame fan my whole life. Like I'm a fourth generation Notre Dame fan. It's a family thing. Uh my great grandparents actually came from Ireland. So when they came over and they learned what football was and they heard there was a this team that was pretty damn good at football named the Fighting Irish at the time. That's when that started. So then it just kind of got passed down from generation to generation. So I didn't really have much of a choice. But yeah, so I mean, I'm like you said, I'm from Chicago, so Chicago's a heavy Notre Dame area. We have our local teams like Illinois and Northwestern, but most people in Illinois aren't Illinois or Northwestern fans unless maybe it's for basketball. It's Notre Dame or nothing. With a little bit of Ohio State, Michigan kind of sprinkled in there a little bit. But Chicagoland's dominated by Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, and then for me, what I do, I cover Notre Dame football from everything and anything. You can find me on X at Fravel_Ryan. Also, I do a podcast every week on Sundays right now, at 7 p.m. Central on the Week Zero Productions YouTube channel. So that's where we kind of do our podcast, where we talk everything and anything college football, break down the matchups. Sometimes we'll have some guest pickers and stuff like that, kind of like a college game day type show.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like I said, I cover Notre Dame recruiting and all that type of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much everything about me.
Dope. So going into the season, like you guys have been like elite on the offensive line and tight ends and for years, putting out first round picks, corners here and there. Um, I know we used to be in the space just talking ball and kind of going back and forth with things and you was very, very high on this team. And a lot of national media guys, guys like Andy Staples and those type of guys. Art Wasserman. Art Wasserman did his breakdown, his bracket when the bracket came out, and he always had you guys in the national championship.
Mm.
I just prior history, I just like nah, man, I just don't see it. But but when once y'all played Georgia, go back when I knew when y'all lost. Tell me, let's talk about the Northern Illinois loss right quick. That I was like, man, Notre Dame is a fraud. They do not deserve to be nowhere in near this top national conversation for its playoff. I thought y'all season was done, honestly. But yeah, just talk about the North Illinois loss. Then we'll
Yeah,
go into.
so obviously, to talk about the Northern Illinois, you got to kind of go back a previous week when we were the primetime matchup of the week against us against A&M
Yeah,
heading to College
yeah,
Station. The big talk around that was Notre Dame historically has had, I shouldn't say historically, but at least the last 20 years, Notre Dame has struggled when they play SEC teams, regardless of what that SEC team is, right? So there was a big question mark of, hey, first, this is one of the biggest games of Marcus Freeman's tenure at Notre Dame. And it's on the road in SEC country, under the lights at Kyle Field, in one of the toughest environments in college football. And can Notre Dame do it? Well, they got the win, which was a huge win. And of course, what the narrative was after that was, with how easy our schedule was, you might as well put Notre Dame in the playoff, right? Lock him in. Don't
yeah.
even got to pay attention to the rest of the league. The issue is the team bought into that. Marcus Freeman bought into that. There's a Peacock show that we have now, part of our NBC agreement that they're going to be doing every year now, where we have our own Hard Knocks style behind the scenes type of show throughout the season. And so they did an episode where they were talking about it, and the guys were like, "Yeah, we were on social media, we were feeling ourselves, we were feeling good," and they're like, "Man, we're playing NIU," and you could see that. And I think that was it was a bad thing. It was obviously a horrific loss. It's still, we're sitting here, Notre Dame's a national title, and they still have the worst loss of anybody in college football. Not necessarily close. But I think I don't think Notre Dame would be here without that NIU loss. I
I
think they
agree.
needed it. They needed the humbling. They needed to feel that to kind of fuel them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree. And then that's when you guys went on a tear and started just smacking people, smacking people. I ain't gonna lie, I was rooting against y'all against USC. I just want to see another SEC team in there because I just didn't think y'all was gonna hold up in the playoff like traditionally you have y'all like y'all have in the past. So
Mhm.
now y'all got a talented team. I didn't know a lot of those guys on the offensive line could come back, and I think next year y'all can be a more dangerous team. Is I know Watts, he a Georgia boy because I'm from Georgia
Yeah.
too. He a senior, right?
Yeah, he's a fifth year guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he a late first, second round pick guy, one of the top safeties in coming out this year. So Riley Leonard, man, y'all got him out of the portal. Guy got give you that like Tebow S energy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Powerful guy, rah guy, leader guy, tough yard. He's not of traditional drop back type of guy with a more typical power spread quarterback now. Um, the Georgia game made me a believer, man. I was rooting for you guys because my hatred for Georgia being a Florida fan, and I was like, I think y'all can do it, but then I was just like, man, I don't know. I just don't know. But I was shocked that to see Marcus Freeman to outcoach Kirby Smart. I just didn't um never seen nothing like that beside Nick Saban for him to get outcoached in the game in that scenario, man. I know like last 2 years, especially last year, Marcus Freeman been on the hot seat. Talk about the Georgia win, man. What that did for y'all program and kind of what the y'all got a lot of momentum right now. So
Mhm.
something that y'all never had. So talk about that and how that Georgia win looked for you guys on y'all program and going forward.
Yeah, so I think one of my favorite people to listen to is JD Piquel of On Three.
Yeah.
I think he said it best that before the Notre Dame Georgia game was played, he's like, there are these things that you consider like a glass ceiling, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
That people put around your program of like, what is the ceiling of your program? What can you accomplish? And he said for the last 20, 30 plus years, Notre Dame's glass ceiling has been you can get in the playoff. You can be a 10 plus win team. You can win bowl games. But when you play teams that are above that level, like legitimate contenders, that's a little bit above your pay grade. Now, Georgia has been the standard of college football throughout the last 4 to 5 seasons. Back to back championships. In my opinion, if they would have got in last year to the playoff, I think they would have three-peated. Because I don't think Michigan's offense would have been able to do anything against that Georgia defense. But again, they were the standard, and beating Georgia, not just beating Georgia, but beating Georgia the way you did by 13 points. You beat them in every single facet of the game, offense, defense, special teams, and you outcoached the best coach in college football, or at least who many people would consider the best coach in college football right now after Nick Saban left and Kirby Smart, and beat him at his own game. You bullied the bully, so to speak, a team that usually prides themselves on whipping teams' ass on the line of scrimmage. You did that to them, and by doing that and winning that game, you broke the glass ceiling for yourself. So now Notre Dame is in uncharted territory, somewhere they haven't been since, since probably 1993 when we beat number one Florida State. And we probably should have got the national championship that year, but back then it was based off of voting. Um, this is uncharted territory. This Notre Dame has not felt this as a program since then, and it's a weird kind of feeling, but I think it's a good feeling, obviously, and I think it's something that, regardless of what happens in this championship game, I think it's going to leave people, the media, and even Notre Dame fans feeling different about Notre Dame going forward than what they may have thought within the last 30 years.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, but the Michigan stuff about Georgia, I don't think Georgia would have beat Michigan last year. I really don't. I think Georgia been masking they deficiencies going back to last year, even though they have had a lot of injuries and stuff like that. But I really thought Michigan would just would have whooped them up front, the same way Alabama did. You know, I don't like to do transitive property, but if you couldn't whoop Alabama on the line of scrimmage like that, you wouldn't have, did the same thing. I ain't know. What's up, bro? Come on, man. Come hop on. Come kick it with me. Hey, the bird cage, man. Right, come on, man. The link's still good. You want to, pop in with me? Got Ryan, man, Notre Dame fan. But yeah, going back to the just let's see. What up? Zay?
Now,
What up, man?
well,
What's going on? Man, this is my brother Ryan. He a Georgia fan. So
Hey, what's up, man?
what's up, man?
Not much.
he a Notre Dame fan. Ryan, man, good dude.
Okay, finally met a Notre Dame fan. Finally,
yeah, he from Chicago, bro. So So how far is South Bend from Chicago?
uh, about an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
It's not too bad. Actually, funny enough, because like I told you, Chicagoland is so dominated by Notre Dame fans and everything that they have a train on the city metro that goes straight from Chicago to South Bend. That people used to, back when you didn't have everybody having cars and stuff. People from the city would go. That's how they go watch Notre Dame. Is they take the train from Chicago, downtown Chicago, all the way to South Bend. So yeah, it's Chicago and Notre Dame and South Bend have a really strong connection.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. So I heard Rudy was at the game last
I
night.
didn't see that. I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, dude. That one of my favorite movies, Rudy. Uh one of the great movies. So you ready to play? Hey Ryan, you can talk your shit to my brother. He a Georgia fan. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no,
The big
no
baby
I didn't.
man,
I didn't.
ACC.
I didn't come in here for that.
no. I don't. I'm not. Hey, you know what? I'll say this: Notre Dame and Georgia fans. It's kind of weird. We have a weird kind of mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
Like, like they're most SEC other SEC programs. They hate Notre Dame and we hate them. But for some reason, Notre Dame and Georgia. Like when I've talked to Georgia fans, there's very little shit talking, and it's just more like a mutual respect.
There's respect.
Every time we played them, it's came down to the wire. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll never forget that catch. What's who that made that catch in the end zone, Roger, for y'all? That
Who?
y'all went to the national championship.
When?
What
2017, you guys
Oh,
were
to
playing in South
my
Bend. Yeah,
that was that was what his name? I know who it is too. Um 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 um
Birdcage? I sent it to you.
man, let me think of he was a shit, man. He caught remember him catching that ball.
I think his number was number 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
number five. What
Is
his
yeah.
man
God?
name?
Is it Godwin?
Was
Yeah,
it
Godwin.
Godwin?
Gary Godwin.
Godwin, yes.
Yeah, he caught that ball.
Yeah, I remember that. I was so hurt when that happened because I remember we led almost that entire game and we lost on that last second touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Oh,
like so. Give me your We could talk right now. I wrote a couple things down. So like, okay, do you feel like y'all? I'm gonna get this out the way, then we could transition to other, CFP games. And do you think you guys should join the conference?
I think I'm a younger Notre Dame fan. I'm 24 years old, so I'm not as was it the rah rah tradition. We've been independent for over 100 plus years. We had to build our own brand because the Big Ten wouldn't let us in. You know, People that don't know, we tried joining the Big Ten 4 different times, from the 1920s all the way to the 1990s, and we were denied. And we weren't allowed in the conference. So we kind of had to do everything our own. Schedule whoever would play us. We traveled the world to be able to schedule it. So I'm not. I get why people are like that, but I'm not like that. I personally think it makes sense for us to be in the Big Ten. I mean,
I
hell,
agree.
with USC and everybody else joining, all of our rivals are there. I would love to play Michigan again on a yearly basis because that was
Mm-hmm.
for me when I was a kid, like from 2000 to 2014. Like those Notre Dame Michigan games meant a lot. Like to me, I value our rivalry with Michigan more than I do with USC. I think there's more hatred there between those programs because we recruit the same kids, but it just makes more sense, man. From a logistical standpoint, we play the same style of football that the Big Ten has always played. Notre Dame, Ohio State has always been, pretty close games. It just makes so much sense.
hey, I don't understand why y'all basketball team and the football team.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I don't understand that shit.
Well, the basket, like all of our other sports besides hockey, are in the ACC, and that's
Yeah.
because when in 2014, when we only signed the 2014 ACC media rights deal because the Big East was folding. In basketball, like they were losing all their big time programs, and
Yep.
Notre Dame was leaving, and so they needed a new home. So the ACC for them to allow our basketball team in the ACC and the other sports, they wanted to have some sort of like compensation for our football because they realized that was the big money maker. Well, Notre Dame kind of said, "Hey, we're not gonna join the ACC full time." So the ACC kind of did the compromise. Well, we'll have you as a part time member, and but football will be the only sport that won't be in the ACC. But if we're going to do that, you have to schedule 6 ACC teams every year on your schedule, and the ACC picks those matchups, and the ACC makes money off of those games. So that's kind of how that compromise worked. That's why it's like that. Otherwise, if the Big East would have never fell apart, Notre Dame, other sports would have stayed in like the Big East because that's where they were.
What's going on, fellas?
How's it going, man?
Look like I guess I'm the only one that's gonna be showing face tonight. Everybody put the black screens up. I guess I gotta be a little different tonight. It's all good.
Nah. You know me, man. I show my face, bro. They be trying to hide behind the mask and stuff.
Man, I'm eating, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that? Hey, but you got that ski mask on the top of your head, though. I see that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's up, man? What's going on? How you doing, man? How you feel after that L, bro?
Which one?
Nah, not the fact we didn't get to that one yet, but
okay.
I told you that.
Well, look, I said it just like this here, and I came on your show and said it. I said if we didn't play well in the trenches, I said we lose that game. And you're having a quarterback that was inexperienced that had less than 100 snaps coming in. Still no excuse. We didn't get it done. Didn't run the ball well in that ball game. Hats off to Notre Dame. They played their game.
That ain't it. Blocking, bro.
That's I said line of scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
You didn't even hear me when I said that. That was the first thing I said.
You did.
Okay.
So when you
go ahead.
And we should have going into the half, we should have ran the ball. We shouldn't have did no fucking throwing, man.
My thing was they should have just took a knee.
Yep,
just taking a knee and going to the half, like you said. And here's the thing: they didn't learn their lesson after the SEC championship game. You literally got your starting quarterback hurt because you got greedy. All you had to do is just take a knee. So it happened 2 times. So is that a coaching deficiency, or is that a little bit of arrogance where you don't respect your opponent enough to where they will put up points?
Both.
But I like the fact that you still trying to be aggressive too, especially with the middle 8 in the 2-minute game. You have the possibility you could try to steal some points going into half, whether it's a field goal or 7, and then you can he can always lean on his defense and get the ball back. Who got the ball? Oh yeah, Notre Dame got the ball back.
That's why I was saying, why would you? Your defense was playing well and they were holding Notre Dame at bay. Notre Dame wasn't beating them for anything like big. Why would you chance that when that game was that close? You saw that Texas just ran out of time before the half because Texas would have put up 7 on us in the SEC championship game if they would have had time, honest to God. But this is what happens when you're not thinking and you're playing desperately. We knew that first half, that first quarter, when you saw how Notre Dame was coming off the ball, they literally looked like they had another gear that we didn't adjust to. No questions asked. And they got the job done because they dominated the line of scrimmage the whole night on both sides.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, even as a Notre Dame fan, I think when we kicked the field goal to go up 6-3, my first thought was, all right, cool. I'm completely fine with going into half, being up 6-3. We get the ball to start the second half. And I wasn't expecting Georgia to be super aggressive. My thing is I thought maybe, and the announcers were talking about it during the game, I think that Kirby thought, hey, we've got about 40 seconds left. Gunner has had some good throws here. We've been able to move the ball somewhat. Let's try to steal some points because Notre Dame gets the ball at half. And I know whether that's the right mindset or not. I don't think it is because you got a backup quarterback, and your left tackle had been getting literally kicked. His ass has been getting kicked all game. And I'll be honest, the fumble was not on Gunner. That was completely on Monroe Freeling for just getting bitched, from the start of that rep. And he got completely blindsided. But yeah, that was terrible coaching. Like, to me, that was a terrible decision. If you have Carson Beck, you can maybe justify it, but even then, like, just go in a half and go down 6-3.
Yeah, I agree with that perspective. I think Gunner played well, man. I think Gunner, um, he's kind of embodied a little bit. Like, I ain't saying he is Stetson Bennett, but he kind of give you that Stetson Bennett flavor with a lot of moxie, a gamer. I think he just always been a gamer, and he can make some great throws
Yep.
downfield. Like I said, I seen him when they played, in high school a couple games. They played my nephew them. And he torched them, but I like I said, I think he gonna be fine, bro. I just think that them left tackle. I didn't know y'all that had that. I ain't know y'all left tackle was that bad. I knew Trust was bad. Well, I wouldn't say he was bad, but he was always been an up and down guy. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think y'all left tackles was like that's a hole.
Well, that was the first, but here's the thing: that's the first bad game that we saw Monroe Freeling play, because when he stepped in, he was good all year. It was no problem. But guess what? Sometimes, unfortunately, you have those games like that, and it happened to be on a national stage where everybody got to see it. That was the bad part.
Did he start
Also,
against? Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say, well, also, it didn't help. I think, oddly enough, us not having Riley Mills in that game kind of made it harder on Monroe Freeling, because it kind of forced us to have to do the pre-movement on the D line and kind of to kind of get, make up for that big body that we didn't have. So we were like doing what Georgia typically does to other teams, where we were a lot of, pre-snap movement on the D line, shifting, stunting. And we confused him a lot. Like, we would have the inside DN, the strong side, go around and be the edge rusher, and he could not read it at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say that too. Y'all, hey, they got away with that on that onside when they did that punt. Um, yeah, they got away with that. That was a false start
Yeah,
on your receiver.
yeah.
They got away with that shit.
Yeah, that was
I
a good
mean, he
call.
did get away with it, but here's the thing: we can't sit there and put ourselves in that
Yeah,
position
that's
and
true.
shoot
I
ourselves
agree
in
with
the
that.
foot the way that we did. He got away with one.
Yeah,
We know it.
that's true.
But let's be honest. If our receivers like Dylan Bell was catching open passes
That's
when he
true.
was wide open
Oh yeah,
and nobody was around him, we convert. Lawson
Right.
Lucky catches a couple of more passes, we convert. When you look at it, the surprising part about it was Arian Smith had more catches than Dylan Bell. That's the bad part.
Yeah,
Smith,
I'll say this: the officiating was fucking terrible in that game for both teams. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
was
agree with that
I
too.
agree.
the fourth down where we had the what was it, the 4th and 1, where Riley rolled out, hit phase on for the first down. They're like, called illegal, was it illegal shift or illegal formation? And they got the guy on the call, and he's like, yeah, that's not illegal formation. And I'm like, that's great. And then there was a I can't remember. There were some other calls for Georgia that I can't exactly remember, but they were just terrible. Like, they were terrible last night. It was the same officiating crew we had for the Notre Dame Georgia game. Those refs were fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, the refs they've been like that all the last 2 years. I really think they need to really just make them guys full time ref, and really just like them guys need to go to like training, bro. They need
Yeah.
a lot of good training because the officiating have been terrible this year.
Like,
Right.
I don't know how y'all feel about that with the game last night, with that PI that they called on us for getting the on the tight end. I was like, that by definition, yeah, is it by definition? I guess. But like, minimal contact, his eyes was turned around and the ball was underthrown. Like, you don't call that in a do or die, you
Yeah,
go win or go home type game.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ball don't
You
lie.
gotta let the guys play when you're in a game like that. You can't And I'm with you on that. With some things you just gotta go ahead and just take the whistle out your mouth and just let it hang and let the boys play with some stuff. If it's not egregious, let it go. But all in all, it's been bad all year. Officiating has been bad all year. And the sad part about it is a lot of people are like, well, the officiating's bad. But here's the thing. If you played the game before at any level, every coach tells you, do not leave it in the hands of the ref. Yeah. Regardless of what's happening, even if they got on another jersey and not the stripes, guess what? You got to play a little bit better. You got to step it up because you're not going to get everything to go your way. And this is what I said in the Georgia game. I talk trash, I clown, but I give credit to what credit is due. In that game, you guys made your plays. You guys executed even when y'all had flags going against you. You guys stayed focused and stayed locked in. And that's what you guys did last night as well. So, Notre Dame has earned their right to get to the national championship game this year. But, hey, we never know.
Yeah, they play fundamental for real, though.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they fundamental.
Yeah. I mean, just shout out to Marcus Freeman, man. Dude, hell of a coach. I love. Yeah, I want to ask you. They were going to be my next question for you, Ryan. Them Brian Kelly comments coming full circle right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got to be gratifying for you guys to be a Notre Dame fan to. He's a great coach, and not to dismiss Brian Kelly because he's a win. He's gonna win games, but the stuff that I think is the perfect marriage with you guys, as far as with Marcus Freeman, the type of the new generation of players, and be able to be relate to these kids and to be able to connect with them outside of football. That stuff matters now, and he got a little swag to him, got a little flavor to him. So I think you guys in y'all program, Notre Dame, have been so much traditional. I think you guys needed a little more seasoning, if you catch my drift on that, for y'all brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think, what was it? Like I've been saying this since he got the job. Marcus Freeman's been making Notre Dame cool again.
Yeah.
Like for recruits, like when you have recruits, like his first year, he would have recruits come on to visit, and they'd be like, rave about Freeman. Even the kids that a lot of those big time commits, like we had some 5-star kids commit, and then later on in the cycle they would flip because Alabama would come calling, or Georgia would come calling, or some big SEC team would come calling, or like Oregon, Ohio State. And the reason that they would flip was because it was easy to recruit against Notre Dame because be like, well, what have they won? You can go only tradition, and there's 11 national championships, and Rudy and all that type of stuff can only get you so far when you haven't won anything on the big stage. Well, since Freeman's done that, he's changed the narrative. I mean, he, like you said, he's got the swag, man. Dude dresses like he's got his own damn clothing collection with Under Armour because the fans wanted it so bad. And then, the uniforms, the Notre Dame's uniforms are, but I love the new uniforms that we came out with this year.
Yeah, I do too.
That stuff matters for recruiting. And now to add on top of that, you win and you beat, like before some of y'all hopped in here, you just beat the gold standard of college football. The standard has been Georgia the last 4 or 5 years. And now Freeman, who is already recruiting at a very high level, he gets to take that and go into these kids in the SEC country that would, consider Notre Dame, and then, kind of fizzle out after a while when the big boys got in there. Now you have a foot in the door that you can keep that door open, and you can go in the kid's living room and say, hey, we just beat Georgia. We beat the SEC champs. We beat the gold standard of college football. We're playing for a national championship. And I'll be honest, with what he's got to work with, Notre Dame wasn't the more talented team than Georgia. If you're going off of just talent, right? I would argue probably Penn State was a more talented team than Notre Dame. They won those games because of Marcus Freeman's coaching. He gets to take that now and use that as proof to be like, hey, if like for instance, we don't win the national championship, but we get there with this team, he can go in and be like, hey, we're just you. We're all we need is you. We are literally you away from winning a national championship.
No 5 stars too.
Yep.
RJ, where you at? Oh, RJ ain't
And
on
that's
no.
the crazy part about that whole thing. Like the man has developed talent, and you got to remember it's limited talent because of the academic standards to get into Notre Dame. See, a lot of people don't talk about that. That is something that it wasn't a problem back in the 80s or whatever. So hey, you never know. That's all I can say is maybe he might be the one that's getting ready to change the culture up there because God knows if they fire Ryan Day, you do realize that he is an Ohio State alum and they're going to give him anything he wants.
Yeah.
And another thing is like you said, the limited talent, but you're also doing it like, and this isn't like an excuse or anything, but you're doing this with third string edge rushers on both sides, two backup offensive linemen that have been starting for you. You lost another two offensive linemen last night. One of them's probably done for the year. All right. So now you're going to be down to your third string left tackle. All right. And then you're without your best player on defense and Ben Morrison, who's been out since week 6. And you replace him with a true freshman who, no big deal. He just turned up being a freshman All-American as a 3-star. And then, you developed Xavier Watts, who was a receiver when Freeman got the head coaching job. And just 2 years turned him into an All-American safety. He's going to be a first or second round draft pick. Like that's the type of stuff that when Brian Kelly was here with these injuries and like the limited talent, we were, screw beating Georgia. We wouldn't even be in the playoff right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Zay.
What up, man? Shout out to Freeman and all that. But I want Coach of the Year go to Kirby Smart, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is one of the
Come on,
worst
bro.
teams he ever, bro. This one of the worst teams he done had, bro, since he been here. For them to go 10-2 in the regular season, I think you need a applaud on his back, bro.
Nah,
And won the
he did a
SEC
great
championship.
job.
I give you
This
the
one of
pat
the
on the back,
worst
but I'm not
teams.
gonna say Zay. I'm not gonna say Coach of the Year, fam. And I'm a dog fan too, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. The man that should get Coach of the Year outside of Prime, your boy that's at Notre Dame right now. That's who should be getting it. I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yeah.
because that man definitely,
Yeah, I agree with
after he
him.
lost
I
to
agree with
Northern Illinois, you don't realize how much hell he was catching up there at Notre Dame. And he lost to Marshall the year before. Remember?
Yeah.
They was trying to get him up out of there like Tyrone
True.
Whitman.
I ain't gonna lie.
you.
Yeah, he turned it
Nah,
around. He turned it around. You right.
I'm. Hey, Zay, you know what, y'all? I get it, Kirby, because we had a tough schedule, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can agree with both of them.
We
It's a
playing with
toss up.
Well, I mean,
mid
Then,
I get what
receivers.
you're
then we
saying
had
that with the
injuries
I
and
injuries and
all
mean,
that.
stuff,
Yeah, that's a
but
tougher schedule.
I ain't making no
it's
excuses,
different with us
man.
because
Freeman
we
can get it.
loaded
I
at
mean,
Georgia,
he can
fellas.
get it.
Y'all
That's
know
true.
this.
That's true.
You said
That's
what?
true.
What you
That's
say?
Think
true.
about it. We're loaded at Georgia. We have
Yeah.
depth at Georgia, and
Oh
you're
yeah.
talking about 4 and 5 stars that's sitting on the bench waiting to play. So
Right.
I can't say that. Marcus Freeman don't have that depth
Nah,
like
he ain't
that.
got that. He ain't got that.
He ain't got that. And
He
for
He
him
also
ain't
don't
playing
to,
that.
play
He
the
ain't play that
SEC either.
schedule. He don't play that
He ain't play
schedule
that
like that
schedule
neither.
either. So
well,
that's
here's
why
my
it
thing. You
was a
gotta
shocker. It was a shocker he lost to Northern Illinois because of the skills he had. But he could get it though, bro, because you know what I'm saying, he did turn it around and then he in the championship. So I respect that for real. I respect it, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was just saying, like, never mind. We ain't really gotta pray Kirby,
no,
man.
no, 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 no. Go
I
ahead,
was
because
just
you
saying
got some
because
valid points though.
I was
You
just
got
saying
valid
no,
points with
because
Kirby.
I like Freeman, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they, people gave up on him. I mean, they gave up on Notre Dame after that loss. You know what I'm saying? When nobody think about Notre Dame, what he did, turned them around, respect, bro. You know what I'm saying? He beat us, and you know what I'm saying? He beat Penn State, and
Mm-hmm.
in the championship. I can't do no respect there, bro. It just It's just weird. I just like
College
I thought
football this year has been weird all the way
that
around.
shit weird, bro. Like I
This
don't
year,
even know
it's
how to
just,
explain.
dude, it's literally just anybody can beat anybody any given
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
Texas
and
couldn't
that's,
beat us. We beat them twice,
well,
and
yeah,
they
well, yeah.
still getting ready to compete. Think
And
about
what
it.
did
They
they win
still
it
getting
all?
ready to compete
And
to
what did they
try to
win
get
it
to
all though?
a national championship.
And what did they win it all? See, that's what I was
And,
trying to
and,
tell RJ. That stuff don't
We
matter.
gonna be sick as a dog if
and
they win
run
it
and
all. That's
run.
all
No,
I'm gonna
no,
say.
not really, cause you know what I'm saying. Like I said, us beating them don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Us
Cause
beating
they
them
there,
twice
we
didn't even matter,
yeah,
cause they still
yeah.
compete.
Nah, bro,
Still
winning your conference still matters, bro.
No, no,
Like
no,
winning
Larry,
the
Larry,
SEC
I'm
still.
saying for Texas.
No, we saying with
Even
Texas
though they
because they gonna
lost,
say, well,
even though they
guess
lost
what?
to us twice,
They gonna
it
say
doesn't
y'all
even
got the
matter.
small trophy. We got the big trophy. If
Yeah,
they get a
basically, yeah,
national,
yeah,
that's
That's
what
what
yeah.
that
That's
Saban.
what I'm
conversation
That
gonna
saying.
be
what that
like.
what Nick Saban said yesterday. He said, "Well, we lost the SEC title, but we won the national."
See what I'm
And
saying?
I,
it's a
I
six
will
peat
say
too.
it. I will say though, like at college football, especially with the 12 team, and they've already agreed to expand it to 14.
When they doing
Um,
that?
after next year, there's going to 14.
Okay.
So then when that happens, it's to me, it's going to be a lot more like the NFL, right? Where like, for instance, as a Broncos fan, we were terrible last year, but we beat the Chiefs. Chiefs won the Super Bowl. And it's not to the same thing as like Georgia and Texas, but it's going to be kind of like that where you're going to see teams because what's the ultimate goal, right? I think you're going to see teams not really care as much about the conference championship when you expand it so much because it's going to be like, what's the ultimate goal? Winning a national championship. Like, and you ask anybody, hey, would you rather win your conference championship or would you rather win a natty? Obviously, everyone's going to say a natty. I think with the expansion is going to not necessarily like diminish winning the conference, but it's not. It's going to make it to where like
Yo,
it's not
y'all
the
can hear
top
me?
priority anymore.
Not the SEC, bro.
Can
I
y'all hear
still
me? Can
think.
y'all hear me?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, my bad, my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, bro. I ain't
Now I
trying to.
think the SEC still gonna matter. Like it just winning the conference still gonna matter. To to the SEC, and I think with the what you said with the 14 playoff, I you still want that bye, and you still want to be able to get healthy. I know it kind of proved to be wrong a little bit this year, but it continues with a little rusty. But I still think you will want that bye and to play less game because you going in the SEC with week to week. I mean, Georgia, y'all sustain a lot of injuries. I mean, you get beat up week to week. So me personally, I still think winning the conference and getting that bye and having the less road possible is still gonna matter in my opinion.
It do matter. I mean, it do matter, Larry. I never say the SEC or the any conference championship don't matter because you know what I'm saying you win it. You know what I'm saying. Like I said, you be rewarded with the bye week. But man, it just been a crazy year, bro. I mean, it was a gauntlet. We got to play another gauntlet this year.
We'll be all right.
Everybody pretty much, other than let me see. I gotta look at some people's schedule, man.
Texas. Only
I
thing
don't
that
think
switched was
Bama.
everybody's schedule got flip flop from all
Yeah,
the away games to home
away
games
game
now.
be
So
home,
nothing.
right?
So nothing changed.
Alabama
Texas still
really
has
ain't.
the same schedule.
Yeah, Alabama playing they same schedule, so I feel like they they got a
I'm
stable
sorry, bro.
schedule.
I think that they done because
No, man, they ain't that. Man, don't start
the
like that,
no
bro. They
what
not.
I
Go ahead, go
think
ahead.
I think they still gonna be a force in the SEC. But
Right.
what I'm saying is like they on the same like this is what they gonna be this year. Like how they is now because most of all the I could be wrong, it's my opinion.
Uh,
But I think most of they players that were left from the regime from Saban regime, they don't left now. I seen the right tackle, which he had a bad PFF grade. I seen that he left. So I hear a lot of Bama fans, happy that he gone. But I know their linebacker coming back. I mean, they got some lot of starters coming back on defense too. Well, they secondary were very talented, but they was young, so they coming back. So I still, but I believe in DeBoer as a coach, as a play caller in his system. The offense gonna still be explosive, but I
I
don't know.
think they're gonna make that playoff, Larry.
They
I
just
think they're
look
gonna make
different
that
on
playoff,
defense
dog.
this year. They
Yeah.
just look so different on defense. They look so different this year,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, they different. Yeah, I
One
just
thing I
think they're
want
gonna
to
make that playoff. Go ahead, bro.
I just one thing I want to point out though, like what I was trying to say about the conference, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I think the
Yeah.
buys still obviously matter, but like look at they gotta fix the seating, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like they gotta the fact that think about it this way. What was your like what was your reward if you were Oregon or Georgia, right? You got the two hardest paths in the
Mm-hmm.
playoff. What was your punishment if you were Penn State, Texas for losing those games? Oh, you just get the two easiest paths to the semifinals. Like that should not happen.
Yeah.
Like we should not be rewarding teams for getting to their conference championship and losing. Like that makes no sense at all.
I yeah, I get you on that. I think I don't know if they're gonna change it, bro. I think they're gonna. I mean, this the first experience with it. It was okay, but I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't be rewarded if you lose. See with SMU and they went undefeated during the season. That same thing with the whole little thing, like with the Florida State thing and the Georgia thing. Actually,
Mhm.
we went undefeated in the regular season. Lost one game, we out. You know what I'm saying? Then Florida State went undefeated and they was out because they quarterback or whatever. That's why I said it's so hard to do all this stuff. I can see. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know what they're gonna do. Make a 20 team playoffs. I don't know, bro.
I also I also think that, and they'll never do this because the Sugar Bowl and all that type of stuff. Those bowl games are going to want their money.
Right.
But I think for one, if you're going to fix the seating, you got to get rid of if you win your conference championship, you get an automatic bye. I think how you do it is the best four teams in the rankings get a bye week, regardless of what conference. So if that means there's three SEC teams in the top four, those three SEC teams, they get a bye week because they're the four best teams. They're one of the four best teams, right? And that way you can avoid Boise State, who plays in a group of five conference, from getting a bye week that they did not deserve. You get an Arizona State team that, let's be honest, they were better than a lot of people thought, but they probably should not have got a bye week. All right. Like that fixes that problem. And then again, I would like to see like in the second round, like from first, second, and then the semifinals, all being played at the home team stadium on their campus. I don't like the neutral site stuff. I get
You
it.
don't?
I don't. I don't like it.
You
Like,
say
bro,
you
imagine if Notre Dame would have played Georgia in Athens. Like,
It still wouldn't
For,
help,
oh
man.
you say hold
Y'all
on
still
you
would
say
have beat us even in our own house. Hey Larry, I
oh,
gotta
oh,
break camp, man.
you
So
gotta go.
I gotta break
but
camp with
Brian,
y'all boys real quick. So I
You gotta,
appreciate you letting me come on for a sec or whatnot. I
yeah.
just had to kind of step in here because I heard you talking a little trash about them dogs. You know,
hey bro,
don't don't
lay off of it,
don't
bro.
worry, Larry. Listen,
We got something
it's
for
sad
Larry.
that you gotta sit there and shake like a Magic City a shoe model for Notre Dame for beating us because y'all couldn't do it.
Yeah,
We've
y'all
been
Hey,
couldn't
owning
do
Larry,
it.
I
Florida
got
for a
Bro.
minute.
is it where I get it though.
Yeah.
That's
hey,
okay. Listen, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. We gonna sit there. We gonna sit there and we gonna clap them cheeks again this
Nah,
year
nah, I ain't worried
Hey,
about
when we get
hey,
down to
hey, hey,
Jacksonville.
hey,
Bray,
see,
I'm
look,
Bray,
hey,
saying
look,
that.
look. They beat
hey,
us, they gonna rush the field. We
I'm
won't rush the
telling you,
hey,
they're gonna
field.
tear
Bird,
down the goalpost and all.
hey, Bird, don't let Larry, don't let him forget that Notre Dame is undefeated against Florida in all time. By the way,
Oh,
Uh, yeah.
wow.
Ooh.
Oh,
Shots
he
fired.
undefeated
Ooh,
this
dropped the
year.
ball.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
That's a
Larry.
good thing to know.
Look, see, this is what happened when you try to sit there and shake for somebody else, shake that pom pom. You see what he did to you. As soon as you turned your head, just he caught you with that left. He caught you with that left hook right upside your head. About to make your ass wake up and take out that damn trash. You thought you had a friend, did you?
Yeah, I appreciate
Oh,
you, Ryan. Hey, man, but Ryan, kind of back to you. So you don't like you want to get rid of the traditional? You want to get rid of the Rose Bowl?
So I
I'm not saying get rid of it, but like if you want to call it the Rose Bowl, like this year, right? Oregon was the home team. The Rose Bowl at Oregon State, like at Autzen Stadium. You can paint the little roses and stuff and the
Nah, they're
logos and
not the
all that stuff.
same, bro.
Like I think for me, I loved I went to the first
The
I went to
playoff
the Notre Dame I went to the Notre Dame Indiana game. Like to me, those atmospheres were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like even though all games were blowouts, like still, like I've never seen Notre Dame Stadium that loud before. I've never seen Penn State that fucking loud. Like they've been loud. I've never heard them that loud. Like it's just different. Playoff football at teams' campuses, like it's just different, man. Than when you're playing in Miami and you got like half and half Notre Dame, Penn State. Like it just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, but before we wrap it up, man, get up out of here, man. Give me y'all give me your prediction on Ohio State, Texas. What you think the keys to the win, to victory for both teams?
So I think if you're Texas, you got to run the ball. You got to make it a slugfest type game because that's the key to beating Ohio State. With Ryan Day as their head coach, they're still softer than Charmin. All right. So you got Michigan gave everybody the key to beating Ohio State. The problem is teams like Oregon and some other teams, they think, oh well, we got athletes too. We can outrace Ohio
Yeah,
State.
yeah, our
That's
athlete.
not that's not how you want to play them. You want to slow the game down, make them have to play methodically, and then that's when you can beat them. That's when they're vulnerable. Because they don't want to play a physical game. They want to play a finesse game where they can just drop back and throw for 500 yards, right? They don't want the smoke in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you beat them. I think that's the key for Texas. Ohio State, it's just literally play the same way you played the last couple of games, and you'll coast right to the natty.
Yeah.
So
Who you want more though?
selfishly, I want Ohio State because I got a bone to pick with them after last year when we gave them
I
that
feel
game.
you. Yeah, my
So
wife, boy, she was mad about that one, bro. She's a Michigan fan, so she from Michigan. But she always root against Ohio State. There's law. One thing I love about her, she take her rivalry serious. And nah, it's just that yeah, she was rooting for y'all. She was upset after that. The way the game ended, she was
yeah,
kind of
dude, I was at the game.
yeah.
I was sitting on the 50-yard line, 5 rows from the field. We were about to storm the field on that fourth and goal from I think it was like the 2, and we
Mm-hmm.
had 10 men on the field. Yeah, to
Mm-hmm.
go from about storming the damn field to you could hear a mouse in that stadium. Yeah, bro, we want our get back.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. My keys to it. So, who you got tonight?
I think Ohio State wins. I think that Jeremiah Smith is too much, and I don't think it's a blowout. I've seen a lot of people say it's a blowout. I don't think it's a blowout because I think Texas has a lot of talent, but I think Ohio State's offense is just too potent.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Yeah. I know we got a lot to discuss. I know we discuss I appreciate you, Ryan, coming. I know we discussed like Georgia, Carson Beck hit the portal for people that don't keep up with it like that. He just
Mm-hmm.
committed to Miami. Which I always that was not high on Carson anyway, so I just he out to He got that Tommy John surgery, I know. But
How long it gonna take him to get recover?
but they said he ain't gonna be ready to play football, like throw a ball until like the summertime. So
Oh, he'll be all right. Hey, so you argue with Uncle Lou? Do you got a recorder of that?
huh?
I heard you argue with Uncle Lou. Would you, Uncle Lou? Luke?
Yeah, Uncle Luke, he was on the
Yeah.
spacer.
Do you got a recorder on that? Or no, you ain't got that?
Nah. I think they still in the space. I won't argue with him. I wasn't up on the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. I see Wingo out here. I don't see for Texas, bro. Isaiah Bond, bro, like he
Yeah.
been out, man. He one of them.
Man, yeah,
They
man.
running back.
Yeah, to Isaiah, I don't know. I don't know if he love football like that, man. So
Yeah, he's man.
they ain't even their best
I saw
receiver.
testing these kids. Thing.
Uh
Dang, that nigga
oh. Good.
golden, good, bro.
Golden good, bro.
I'm just saying, like, dang,
Yeah.
nice, boy. You know,
Yeah, man.
we gonna see though, man.
Yeah,
This
we'll see.
Texas.
Who you got, Zay? Before we get up out of here.
Let me go Ohio State, but dang, I'm gonna go Ohio State, but I would be surprised if Texas, try to win, win because everybody down them, and shit, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I got Ohio State, you know what I'm saying? They dynamic, man. Quinn, you might got something to say. I don't know, bro. They might got, you know what I'm saying? Cause I
Yeah.
think Texas got a better secondary than anybody
Yeah.
in this playoffs for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I ain't saying no damn. Just saying like to me, as far as like, cause they got the boy over there who won
The Thorpe.
the Thorpe Award,
Yeah.
and they got some other guys over there, some dogs over there. So yeah, I mean they can try to contain, bro. Cause one thing about Jeremiah Smith is all that for sure, but he is a freshman. You know what I'm saying? He is
Yeah.
a big game. Let's see though. He
Yeah,
different though. He
man.
is different. Right.
Yeah. Hey, Atlanta, man, be safe. Georgia South, be safe out there on the road
Yeah,
and shit.
y'all be safe,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Ryan, know you're a Chicago native. We shut the city down. Like we ain't used to that snow shit,
Oh yeah,
man.
no, we get blizzards and everybody got to go to work still.
Yeah.
That's how Chicago is. Hey,
But
I'll be in Atlanta for the game. By the way, I already got my
oh,
natty ticket secured and a hotel and everything.
hey
So
man, that what's up, bro.
That what's
Hey,
up, man.
you gonna have fun
Congratulations,
down
man.
here, bro.
Enjoy Atlanta. Go to the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, go there.
If
Yeah,
you've never been, I really recommend you doing that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's some good places downtown. Hit me up. I make sure you and your family,
yeah, let me know some good food places.
some good
I
food
always love
Oh
places,
some
yeah.
good food.
some good tourist places, bro. Yeah, y'all enjoy. But man, congratulations! I appreciate you for coming on and kicking with us.
Grass, bro.
Man, hell of
Yes,
a
sir.
season, man. Hell of a way to bounce back. But I think y'all gonna be better next year than this team.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Honestly, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We got our
Is
class
love
coming in
coming
and
back?
everything. Yeah,
Is
Love's
love?
coming back. He's only a sophomore, so yeah, he's
What about
coming
the
back.
other running back behind him?
Price, yeah, he's coming back too.
Oh my God.
Oh dang, they
Jeez.
went
Who
for it
y'all
on
gonna have a
fourth down.
quarterback?
We're going to be starting CJ Carr most likely next year. He's a true freshman this year, but we redshirted him, so he was a top 5 quarterback in his class last year.
Okay.
So he was a borderline 5-star type guy. So
Yeah, he
Okay.
nice though. He nice.
he's
Well,
really good.
y'all
Yeah, he
got.
good.
I like that name. Great House. He
Yeah,
look like he clutch.
Oh, dude, what he
Yeah,
did to
I
them,
like his name.
and what he did to them 2 DBs,
Yeah, man, that was nice, bro.
that was nasty. But yeah, our
nah,
team's going to be a lot better next year for sure.
All right, we definitely gonna be on the lookout, man. I gotta get my rematch, man. But yeah, y'all be safe, man. Y'all be
yeah.
safe, man. And
All right, man. Be
all right,
safe, bro.
Larry, you already know. All right, bye.